that are going to be on the test, hypothetically speaking.
I got you. I got you. Okay. The problem is I don't have the test in front of me. It's not like the old days where I just had a test and I could sit there and go over it.
Hey, but we'll still be able to access, like I have your book on PDF. I'll still be able to access that in PowerPoint once I open the test.
Yes,
okay,
I do not. Okay, you know what? You guys help me with this one. When I'm setting the options for the test, there's a question on there that asks me whether I want the exam to open in a new window. So obviously, when you guys click on it, I guess it opens it right there in Blackboard. And I assume that means that it would open it up in another window. But I think with our computers now, either way, you should still be able to get to other tabs, right? You could minimize it and open up a new tab. You can. Okay, yeah, because I would like if your exam or if your test is on, or if your book is on PDF on your computer, like Cody, with the quiz, can you open your textbook?
Yeah, I should be able. Yeah, on yours I can.
Okay, so I always do my exam just how I did the quiz. Like those are the same settings that I do for the test.
Does that mean you're going to give us multiple attempts as well?
I give two.
You're awesome.
2 attempts, highest grade. Is that fair?
You're awesome.
That's very fair.
It is? Okay.
That's very fair.
I'm always like...
That's why I dropped a Rona last semester.
Normally professors would give just one attempt.
Oh, gosh, that's so scary and stressful. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I'm too nice, but it's so funny. Well, I don't know. People say I'm too nice, but Bella, my oldest, is in college, right? And so she has a professor right now, and it's so funny because I ask her like so many questions about how they do it, so then I can find out I can judge how I'm doing stuff. And the one she has right now is like exactly the same. He does 2 attempts, highest grade or whatever, which is just so much better. And I don't know, to me, you're still learning. And in fact, I would argue that the more attempts you do it, the more learning you're doing, right? Because when you finally get it, you're like, God, I did this stupid question 5 times now. I've got that down, it's like, So, okay. Yes, I do the 2 attempts. And you should be able to open up your book, whether it's on the computer or you have it in front of you. I'm assuming you're going to use slides and notes and things like that to help you get through it. I'm not a gotcha kind of person. I'm not here to try and, like, oh, see, you got that wrong. To me, no one learns that way. So that's not the point. And just so you all know, I set the timer, but it will not kick you out. Okay, so I set the timer. You guys are getting that information. I don't tell this to everybody. I set the timer, but I do not do where it'll shut it down or it auto submits. Okay, so anybody who has accommodations and they get time and a half, or you get too stressed out by it, it's okay. Take a deep breath, work through it. It's not going to auto submit. It's not going to kick you out. Take the time that you need to answer the test. Okay. So don't stress about that. Okay. It will, yeah, you're welcome. It will do something. I think it may not show you your grade right away if you go over the time. I think it does something weird like that. But email me, okay? Say, I finished it. and it's not showing me and you really want to know, email me and I can get in and look at it. Okay. And I can put it to where you see that grade or something. So it does something kind of strange, I think, when it goes past the time, but don't stress. Okay. But let's go over, in fact, I don't even think I need well, does anyone need help with, you know what, never mind. I'm going to change my mind. Let's just do.
I'm sorry, excuse me. Good afternoon. I just wanted to ask a quick question on the,
yeah.
I don't know if somebody's already asked it or not, but you know how it has multiple attempts? If you're not comfortable with the first grade that you got and you want to go in there again, does it change the exam completely, or is it the exact same questions in order? Or?
Yeah. That's a good question. On this test, no, I haven't made it yet, but I can make it to where it doesn't do that.
Or will it at least tell you which ones you got wrong so that you could work on those before you make it go in the second attempt?
Oh. You know, some of those settings, those are about the, let me look at it, okay? Let me look at it and see if I can do that where it shows the answers. I know it can, and I know that there's multiple things in the settings when I see it on my end. I think it's like show results after submission or show results after the question. So let me play with that, and I could do that for you. I definitely in this class will not have it totally mix it up and you get all new questions. Okay.
Okay.
That I can tell you for sure. Yeah.
Does that go for the quiz as well, or do you?
Yeah, I think the quiz is the same one, right, guys? Whoever's taking it, I think it's the same. I think I kept it like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And does it tell you the answers?
It doesn't tell you the answers, but it does tell you which ones you got wrong.
Oh.
Does it change the test on the second or third attempt, or is it the exact same?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I've had a lot of exams or tests or quizzes or whatever that you go in there again and it's like a completely new test with new questions. And yeah.
And you know what? I do that on my intro and my human growth classes. Is that mean? Is that bad? Should we not do that?
I mean, I think it's fair though. If it's like intro classes and stuff,
right?
Usually they shouldn't, you know, it's fair if you want to make it a little bit challenging in a way, or like make them practice. But I guess for harder classes, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's fair or not, but to be honest, like for an intro class, it shouldn't be that hard either.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, I think I've heard or I've read that the intro questions are all on like Quizlet or something. I mean, I think they can all Google those questions and get the answers anyways. So for intro, I do that. I randomize it and out of like 450 questions, each time is a different. So on this one, I'm not going to do that because when I was making the quiz, I was going through and trying, you know, it's out of like hundreds of questions and I was purposefully trying to pick certain ones. I think on the SKU ones, you know, maybe I didn't read through them as well as I thought and as well as I should have, because those were kind of confusing. But I was trying to pick questions that were purposeful, and I will do the same thing for the test. Sometimes when it's like, especially a class like this, I don't want to just leave it up to the test bank and randomization, and I don't know what you're going to get. You know, I don't necessarily think that that's fair. And so someone might get all definitions and someone might get all, you know, problems. And then to me, that's not a good assessment of exactly statistics. So I'm trying to purposefully pick questions. So it'll be the same questions. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I do that on my intros, but.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to insert, if I can figure it out. Oh, it was an option there. All right. I'm going to put in here a new blank slide so that I can write out a problem, because I know like on the quiz it's like this, so I would assume on the test it would be like this as well. So let's pretend we had a data set here, and I don't know if we really care what it is.
Just have a question. Because I did see in the quiz that, I mean, there's 2 that are from this chapter that you have to solve. But they ask you, like, the first one asks you to use standard deviation, and the other one is like population variant or variant or something. Variance. And would in the test, would we be able to know how would we know in the test if we have to use the standard deviation formula or the variant formula? Would it say in the question, or is there a clue to how to identify that?
Yeah, that is a good question. It's from the same data set though, isn't it? Is it from the same, it's the same numbers, and they say from this, whatever.
Oh yeah, it is, but
okay.
It wasn't clear.
Okay.
But it did show the same data set. Yes, you're right.
It was the same data set. Okay. And then what you're worried about is that it's asked for population variance
or standard deviation. Would those words say in the actual question, or would we have to know, like, are there clues as to whether if we use the standard deviation formula or the variant formula?
Okay. Well, remember the kind of the fun part about variance is you figure out variance while you're working out standard deviation. It's there. Okay. Even though in the book they present it as 2 different formulas, while you're calculating standard deviation, you will figure out variance. Remember, it's the number right before you take the square root. Okay. Now, the fact that it's asking population or this or that, when you're saying that concerns me, and I don't like that. So I will guarantee you, when I go through, I will purposefully pick or change the question so that it's very clear on exactly what it's asking.
Oh, I mean, it wasn't like, essentially it's the same formula that you taught us in class.
Yeah.
I mean, I just, when I was doing the quiz before we started the class, in the morning, I just looked up how do you find population variant, and it basically, you taught us how to do the steps, and I searched the same steps, and it got me the answer.
The same. Yeah. It's so really, the way you work it is the same. It just, like, population variance, we wouldn't have the population mean, and so I'll make sure that's not like that. Okay. In the quiz, it was just the same numbers and things like that, but I'll make sure that it just says, find the standard deviation, find the variance for this. And so then it's a little bit, you just know exactly what you're supposed to do. Okay. Yeah. Because I don't want us to get hung up on what we're supposed to be doing, even though it's the same formulas. Sometimes just hearing those different words can get us a little concerned about what we're supposed to be doing. On the test, he writes the numbers out to the side. right? He had something like that, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like seeing it like that, but it's okay if you see it like that. Just you can write it down, you know, if you want to, if you rather have the numbers, you know, go down. So I'm going to make up a data set here real quick, and I'm going to put, I'm going to do that. Let's see. Well, let's have a 0 just for funsies. My second one didn't look any better than the first one. All right. So here's our data set. My brain just automatically always puts them in order like that. It's just a little easier. Of course, you know, on the test, they may not be in order. The only time you have to put them in order is for the median. Okay, that's the only time. So if they're all scrambled up, it doesn't matter. Okay, if you're a little OCD and you just want them in order, then you can go ahead and put them in order. Okay, but the only time they need to be in order is for the median. Okay, does anyone want to tell me real quick what is the median in this example? Can you see it there?
Yeah.
Is it 3?
That's exactly right. It's 3. Oops. All right. What about our mode?
Yeah. Mode is 3.
Is also 3. Yay, look at you guys. You're doing so good. See? All right. And so now we could do our mean. Oops. We'd have to get out a calculator. Matthew has had my phone. He stole my phone from me. Let's see. So 7 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 0 equals 24.
And it's, I think, divided by 7, right?
Does that make sense? Is that how many there are? Oops.
That's
Go away,
what
little thing.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's 7.
I'm gonna write it up here.
I got, it would be like 3.43.
Okay, 3.43.
Yeah, I rounded up.
You rounded up. Okay,
yeah.
That's good. That's good. So let's see. Anybody disagree or we're good? 24 divided by 7. That's exactly what I would do too. 3.43. Okay.
So then we have that. And then...
Oh no. Okay. Yeah. No worries. No worries. If anybody has to go or whatever, that's fine. Okay. All right. So we got our mean is equal to 3.43. Anybody on here not see where the mean came from? Oops. That's supposed to be an equals and it looks like a 2. Equals 24 divided by 7. Okay, so the mean we got 24 divided by 7. Okay, all right, so let's do real quick. You guys are going to get real quick at this. We could calculate our standard deviation and find our variance. Okay,
so you would subtract the mean to each one, but the 7, 5, 4, 3, 3, 2, 0, 2, 2, and 0 are squared. Sorry, I probably should have like paused there. So I meant, so we found our mean, right? So from there, we have to square the x's, and we subtract those by our mean, right? Each one.
You do one or the other, or you do the square second. So you're kind of mixing up the two different formulas there real quick, Natalia. Okay. So let me erase this over here. If we're going to do, if you really like that, where it's the deviation method.
Yeah.
That one is where you subtract the mean. So you you would go through and subtract 3.43 from all of the x's. And then you would square that number.
Oh, then you would square the answers to what you get. Okay. I see.
Okay.
My bad. Okay.
No. You're good. Do you want me to do this formula or you want to do the other one? I like the other one better.
You like the other one better, then we can do the other one if you want.
Do you want to see this one or you want to work on that one and then see if we get the same thing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Do you like that one? You like the...
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of remember it easily.
Oh, okay. So this one is the raw score method, and we're doing the sum of x squared minus the sum of x squared divided by n, and then all of that over n. This one,
I feel like using that one, it's less work.
I think so too.
It is, now that I see it is, but like for some reason, I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
no, you're...
I feel like you have to really be careful with the other one.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the standard, the deviation one is a little bit more like organized.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to be careful. I kept the mean up there just so you can see it. Be careful with all those subtracting. Remember, so you do 7 minus 3.43, 5 minus 3.43, okay? And then once you get that number, then you square those, okay? We're gonna do over here, we're just gonna do the raw score method. And over the years, I've gotten really good at my squares. Okay. I do need my calculator though, because I can't add that in my head. All right, let's see. So 49 and 25 and 16 and 9 and 9 and 4. I get 112. And we had already said this was 24, correct? Are you number crunching?
Yes, it's like you're right, it is too much work.
It is. I know. That one, oh, that doesn't look good. Yeah, that one, I don't know. It's a little bit of work. So if you want to see what we're doing over here, I've got this one filled in now. I have a hard time with my 7s. So there I got that one all filled in. That's what that would look like. Okay. Remember, we would have the 112 goes first, the biggest number goes first, and then the sum of x goes up there, 24. We're going to square it, then divide by 7. Okay. Got to do all that first.
So just to be clear, so the x squared, okay, you squared the 7543320.
Yep.
That, and then you added them to get the 120.
112. Okay. That's exactly right.
Sorry.
Yeah, and that's why I like this one. And probably what Cassandra's saying, it's not as much work. Yeah, I get a little scared with all with all the decimals. To me, it just seems like there's more of an opportunity to make a mistake.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, with all those numbers. So I like this one a little bit better just because it's like, okay, we're just dealing with whole numbers here. We don't have to worry about all those decimals, you know?
Right. Yeah.
But are we okay with this one? Do you see where we put the numbers and how we did that? So, okay, so as soon as you open up the test and you get those, you know, it says, okay, do standard deviation and variance, and you see those X's right there, the next step, all you do is just square them. Okay, just do a little line right there and just square them. And we need to get the sum of those two columns. Okay, you need your sum of X, and then you need the sum of the squares. okay? The sum of squares that you did. Whoops. So let's do this over here. Let's satisfy this, the PEMDAS, right? Or the please excuse my dear Aunt Sally part. So 24 squared, okay, 576. I think I'm just going to hold it there right now. And instead of writing it down, I'm just going to hold that there in the calculator if you guys are cool with that. And then divide by 7.
Okay.
And I get 82.29. Okay, so I don't know if that got any better. Okay, do we see that? Do we see everybody cool so far?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now, I know when we square that number up there, like when we squared 24, it becomes really big, right? We get a really big number. But right then you divide it by your n and it brings it down to a number that's smaller and should be smaller than this first number. Okay, it's got this number, this value right here has to be smaller than this one. Okay, if it's not, it's going to go wrong and you'll get an error message eventually. Okay, but always make sure right there. Okay, so let's see. So 112 minus 82.29, and we get 2971. I'm going to write it over here, guys, okay? And then 2971 divided by 7 gets us 42 or 4.24. Are you guys, you're getting those numbers too? Okay, good. Yay. Can I just square root it like that? Did that come out right? Ah. 2.06. Oh. So it did come out the same way. So standard deviation, 2.06. And our variance right there, that 4.24, it would look like that. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, the square root of variance is your standard deviation. Or the square of standard deviation is the variance. I think that's a question on there, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Pretty good?
Sure.
Okay. And this is my, first time teaching statistics online. So after this this is a learning experience for me too, right? In this mode and this process. So if we take the test and, any feedback, any suggestions, anything like that, please let me know. Okay. If we take this first test and it's absolutely just, you know, we've all tanked and we all, you know, bottomed out or something like that, please know that I'm not going to just carry forward and go, oh, see, they didn't do well. To me, obviously, it's something happened, right? And something in this process is not working. Okay. So please don't stress about that. Okay. I can only imagine trying to learn statistics online. I trust me, I sympathize with you guys. Okay. So don't worry about that. We will get through it. Take the test, see how you do. I would advise, well, unless you just get a great grade the first time and you're happy with it, but you know, take it twice. Let me know and give me feedback on whether you thought it was good, how's the wording, and so on. Okay, because when I'm in class and those, you know, those questions, I see them better. It's hard for me to sometimes go through all the questions on the computer and see them. It's just, I don't know, it's just different when it's on a sheet of paper. And I can pass them out, and as students are working on them, I can walk over, they can ask me, what does this word mean? What does this mean? You know, and it's just a different setting. And so you guys do online, I don't know, you know, I don't know what's happening, and I don't know where you're getting stuck. If you are stuck, you know, email me, say I'm taking the test right now and it's, you know, it's just not working. Obviously over the weekend it gets a little bit harder for me, but not really. You know, I may not be able to answer immediately, but I will try. Okay, I'll try and be very cognizant of watching my phone so that if a question comes up and you guys are in the middle of it and you need help on something, I'll try and answer right away. Okay. So
I had actually been putting off taking statistics since this whole COVID situation started because I didn't want to take it online. But
I know.
I was really nervous and iffy about doing it, but I finally said, no, I'm going to have to do it. So
I know.
Here I am.
Here you
but
are.
But I really would have preferred to do an in-person.
I know.
Because I'm horrible at math. So
how do you feel about this stuff so far, Susana?
I feel okay. I don't feel like totally lost or like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Or like I have in other math classes. But it's just the beginning. So ask me in a couple more chapters.
You know what? I mean, I totally understand. And I'm so sympathetic to that. I know, and I can only imagine. But I bet in a month or so, you're going to be like, God, look what I'm doing. This is crazy. And you're going to be so proud of yourself. And these formulas right here, you're just going to be like, oh my gosh, that's easy stuff. I can do this. So I don't want to lose you, and I don't want to leave you behind. Okay.
Okay.
I'm serious about that. So thank you for speaking up, and thank you for saying something. And if there's anything that you're wondering that you don't feel comfortable about speaking up in front of the class, please email me. Okay. And just say, I don't understand this part. Can we please walk it through or do, okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, you're welcome. And
but
obviously
so far, so good. So far, so good.
Okay. Okay, good. So in that, of course, that's for everybody. That's not, I'm like, nope, only Susana can email me. No, everybody. Okay. Everybody, please. Okay. Yeah, so I know some people have to go and it's been an hour, and I want to put this up. I don't know what it is. I'm going to try and upload those videos again. I will get that figured out, I promise. So I have to figure something out because people have to watch these videos. So, okay, I think I'll go unless there's anybody that has any other questions. This is really going to be the bulk of it. The other ones are going to be just like kind of your definitions and looking up things like that.
Okay.
Any questions on the exam? I haven't made it yet, Ismail, but I don't know. like for a statistics, I feel like 50 is too many. 40 would be like max, but then I don't want to do too few, because then 30 to 35, yeah, right? Because if you do too few, each question weighs too much. And so, yeah, I think that's a fair, like a fair number, 30 to 35. 33, I can make exactly each question like 3 points each. When it's on the computer, it just gets a little hard to weigh the questions or give point value. But yeah, I think that's fair, and I think that's reasonable for a statistics. There would only be, maybe a couple of them where you've, or one where you find the mean, the median, and the mode, and the standard deviation and the variance. And I'll make it like this, where it's all from the same data set. It's not different numbers all the time. So once you do your whole kind of what we just did here on this slide, where we had the mean, the median, the mode, we did the mean, and then the standard deviation, the variance, and then all the rest of them, just kind of multiple choice. Remember, there will be some about asking questions from like a graph, okay? But I didn't put any of those on the slide. I wasn't really happy with some of the ones I saw. I thought they were a little more confusing than they needed to be. So yeah, I'll look better and try and find some good questions over the graph, okay? And to me, a good question is that it's fairly straightforward, I don't think it needs to be very complex stuff, okay? All right, any other questions? That's a good question. So. No? Okay. All right, guys. Please email me if you have any other questions or anything, or you think of something, or, okay. You guys are going to do fine. You're going to do fine.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Okay. Thank you, guys. I'm going to go start.
Ms. Vyas.
Thank you,
Thank
Cody.
you, Miss. Bye.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to go start working on it right now. Okay. Now you guys got me all, as Matthew would say, I'm simping right now. So I'm going to go, I'm going to go make a test that's real nice for you guys. Okay.
My son's name is Matthew as well.
Oh, it is? Oh,
Yes.
Is he as big of a pain as mine is?
Yeah, probably. That's just boys.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no, it's true. I had 2 girls, and it was just, and then
My 2 girls are good, and then he's like,
Yes. So you have the same, you have 2 girls and then a boy?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And what are their ages?
15 and 9.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ava's birthday's on Valentine's Day. So she's about to turn 15, and Matthew's 10. So
No,
yeah.
my son's only 6, but.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They're crazy, aren't they? Oh my gosh.
They are.
Yeah. Drives me nuts. But anyways, they're cute. I like them.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, guys, you can do this.
Okay,
You can
bye-bye.
do this. Okay. All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye, guys.